Hola chicos, buenas tardes. Hoy estamos aquí con mi compañera Katie y yo, que soy Samantha Martínez, soy parte del equipo de Be International. Nosotros hoy vamos a tener una pequeña, una pequeña presentación acerca de nuestra universidad con la que trabajamos muy estrechamente en Irlanda, que se llama NUI Galway. Hoy estoy con mi compañera Katie. Esta presentación, chicos, va a ser en inglés porque ella nada más habla inglés. Entonces, ahorita digo, hago esta pequeña presentación a ustedes en español, pero vamos a empezar ya con toda la presentación en inglés. Entonces, vamos, ya voy a cambiar a inglés. Entonces, perfect. Katie, I want to introduce yourself. If you want to introduce yourself, it's okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Samantha. So, hola estudiantes. My name is Katie. I work in NUI Galway. And yeah, thank you for joining my presentation today. I'm excited to tell you more about our university. So I'll share my screen, Samantha, if that's okay.
Yes.
And we'll kick off. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to play you a short video that I have about the university.
Welcome to the National University of Ireland, Galway, the place that rewards everything you are, the university of you, for you. Your campus, where you work hard and play hard, where you are surrounded by history and are part of a campus re-engineering for a sustainable future, right in the heart of Galway City. Your research, where you think hard and explore hard, where innovation is driven and purpose is discovered, with world-class research facilities and strong industry partnerships. Your student life, where you laugh hard and you run hard, where your fun happens and your friendships are made. 110 societies, 50 clubs, and state-of-the-art sporting facilities. Your support, where you land hard and you get up again, where you can depend on us to help you along the way. Career development, disability support, financial advice and access support. Your education, where you learn hard and where you explore infinite possibilities. Where your performance excels, your passions are explored and your achievements are rewarded. Where you become, with over 70 undergraduate courses and inspiring minds for 175 years. This is your future. This is NUI Galway.
Okay, so I hope you could hear that okay. We have this video, if not, we have this video and lots more on our YouTube channel where you can see lots of really lovely footage of our university. But before I tell you about the university, I'll tell you a little bit about Ireland first. So we're the only English-speaking country in the Eurozone. It's one of the friendliest and the safest countries of the world. And we don't just say this, but this is something that you would be really happy to know and your parents would probably be happy to know too. We're globally connected. We're in a great position on the west of Europe and we've got great connections with all of Europe and with the US as well. So because of our location, we have many international companies headquartered here in Ireland. Research is a key pillar of our university. So, and there's great investment into research opportunities in Ireland. And we have a 24-month stay back visa option for non-EU postgraduate students. So you get to stay and work in Ireland for 2 years post-graduation or for 1 year if you're an undergraduate student. So a little bit about the university then. It's one of the oldest and largest in Ireland, and we've been inspiring minds since 1845 as a research-led university. So we're situated in a city called Galway on a beautiful campus, and we have 4 main colleges. So we have the College of Arts, Social Sciences and Celtic Studies, the College of Science and Engineering, which includes computer science, the College of Business, Public Policy and Law, and the College of Medicine, Nursing and Health Sciences. We also have a sister college called Shannon College of Hotel Management, which is located about an hour away, and it's the only one of its kind in Ireland. We have over 70 undergraduate programs and 170 postgraduate programs. So I won't be able to tell you all about them today, but I'll do my best to give you an idea. And here are just some of the really beautiful images of our campus. And you'll see in my background, we have a really lovely quadrangle building as well. So lots of our international students come and they say, oh, it's like Hogwarts, but it's a really stunning part of the campus. We are recognised in the top 2% of universities in the world, according to the QS rankings, and we have moved up significantly over 40 places in the last 9 years. So we sit at number 258. So we're in the top 300 in the world. This is a great accolade to have to our name. So in terms of our location then, I might be biased. I was born in Galway and I've always wanted to I've moved to other places and I've always wanted to return here because it's just so lovely. We're situated in this lovely area. We're in a city, but next to the city is this beautiful rugged landscape called Connemara. So you've got a very lovely work, life, city, countryside balance here in Galway. You'll see it's a very vibrant city. Okay, the arts and culture are playing a major role in the city, and the students are very much part of this. So you'll see in this top image here, this is one of our main shopping streets. It looks like there's something fun going on, but that's just a regular summer day. And so it's very vibrant. In this bottom right-hand image here, you'll see some images from some of the arts festivals that we have here. And we are also situated, quite close to Dublin in terms of, if you want to go for a day shopping, we're about 2 hours. So it is a bit of a trip, but there's plenty to do, and we're very well connected to the rest of Ireland. We've got a great bus service and train service, so there's lots to do and see around the country. But in terms of the city itself, it's a great student-friendly city. There's lots of local craft shops, fashion shops. There is lots of restaurants, food outlets, and plenty to see and do. And this means that there's also ample opportunity for part-time work. The city itself, it's the 3rd largest city in Ireland. We're situated on the west coast of Ireland along the Wild Atlantic Way. So you'll see we're in the centre of this lovely coastal drive, and it's one of the longest coastal drives in Europe, if not the world. So it's a big, Galway is a very tourist-friendly city as well, and we have lots of visitors from around the world all the time. The New York Times has dubbed Ireland, or has dubbed Galway even, as the world's most charming and the most friendliest city. It's the city of festival, culture and the arts. So with the 2 images of people here that you'll see, these are from 2 major cultural events that happen during the year. So there's the Arts Festival, which is a 2-week-long festival celebrating all kinds of arts, and we've got artists from all over the world, street performers, major bands, plays. Everything takes place in this 2 weeks of just really fun, really vibrant. It's just a really vibrant city, and there's always plenty to see and do. And it's world renowned, as I said, and we welcome tourists and international community members from all over the world. So the campus then itself is situated about a 10-minute walk from the city centre, which is really good if you find part-time work in the city, you know, if you have a couple of hours between lectures, or if you finish early one day, you can go to your part-time job. There's plenty of opportunities there. And we're also about a 15-minute walk from the beach, which is really nice to do as well. So you do have, again, a really nice work-life balance. We've lots of amazing facilities for students, a great student gym, a rowing club, biodiversity trail, our wonderful library, plus lots of excellent research and teaching centres. So one of the main questions I get asked is about what's our accommodation? What kind of accommodation do we have? We do have an allocation for international students each year. So our applicants will be sent a code where they will have a space reserved when they just have to book their space. These spaces run out really quickly. So we always encourage students to book early if you know you want to stay in on-campus accommodation. So we have 2 separate on-campus accommodations, and the prices vary depending on what you want. You know, do you want a room by yourself? Do you want to share a room with another person? Do you want to live in a house with 2 people or with 4 people? Do you want to be a couple of minutes from the university, or are you happy with a bit of a longer walk? So they're just some of the options, but there's also lots of off-campus accommodation. So we've got 5 university affiliated residences, and because of our location, we're next to the city and lots of suburbs, there's a private rental sector here as well. And we have a dedicated accommodation office that can support you in searching for your accommodation. We have what's called an accommodation launchpad, which connects students to landlords. And so you can start the process of finding your accommodation, you know you are coming here. And I would always encourage students to apply for your accommodation early, but never transfer money before you get here. But that's something that we will support you with later on in the application process anyway. During the summer months, we will host workshops, how to find accommodation. You can hear from current students and share details with them. So there's lots of support that you'll receive from ourselves and from our accommodation office. Now, one thing that we always tell students to think about before they come to Galway is to think about the cost of living. And this is, you know, when you're moving to a new country, you don't want to get there and suddenly realize that you don't have enough to live how you would feel comfortable to. So it's just something to think about now, plan and save for a bit if you need to, or work for a little bit, or, you know, just consider your options. So we would say to students, if you could budget between 10,000 and 13,000 for a year, that should cover you. Okay, so that includes your rent, it includes your bills. So some houses or accommodation providers will include your bills in the rent, others your bills are separate, so that's something to think about. It'll cover food, your clothes or laundry. You know, you need to think about your books and your study materials. Are you going to buy secondhand? Are you going to rent? Are you going to buy new? Are you going to use digital copies? All these things you need to consider before you come here. Travel. We have, because of our location, again, there's a really good bus service around the city. So it's very easy and convenient to, and lots of bus stops. It's a very walkable city, but it's also very cyclable. Lots of our students would rent bikes or buy them secondhand or buy new ones, and it's very comfortable city to cycle around. Except for the weather sometimes, and that's where the bus comes in. We do have great facilities on campus, such as showers and dryers, clothes lockers. So if you do cycle, if you do get the bus and you know you're going to get rained on, you know the weather is not very favorable to cycling, you know you can get comfortable again on campus. Think about your recreation. How do you like to spend your time? Do you like to go out? Do you like to go to restaurants? Do Do you want to take part in free clubs and societies? Or do you want to go to plays and to the cinema and to restaurants? So there's so much to see and do in Galway. There's lots of free experiences, and there are lots of things that you can spend your money on too. So it's about planning and knowing how you like to live. Now, when it comes to the student experience, because of course, this is a really big part of your journey here with us. So we have over 120 clubs and societies. We have a very active volunteering community, a students' union, radio and newspaper. And we also have lots of support services, such as a counselling service, access support, disability services, to name but a few. And another thing to mention, and I think it's really important for everybody, not just international students, but we are Ireland's most international university, and we're one of the most international cities as well, according to the most recent census. So we welcome over 4,000 international students every year. Okay, and over 35% of our staff are international, and it makes for a wonderfully international and vibrant community. And I think it's nice to know that when you come to Galway, you're not really coming as a stranger, because we're already so, our communities are so intertwined every day anyway, so you will be welcomed straight away, and your culture, you know, Galway is a home for everyone, so you can really express yourself and share your culture with us when you come over. And I think that makes Galway as a city and as the university much nicer for everyone. Now, getting into why we're here, so what to study. So as I said, I won't go through everything, but here are our most popular programs that are some of our Latin American and Mexican students choose. So for our undergraduate, we've got a Bachelor of Arts Joint Honours, and this is our flagship arts program. It's our most popular, and you get to explore a range of programs within the arts and then specialise and take two subjects to full degree level. So you kind of have two majors. We also have joint major programs and specific arts programs as well. We have our Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and Information Technology. So this is a really popular program at the moment, and it opens so many doors for you in terms of masters or further work. Our Bachelor of Science, our Bachelor of Engineering, we have undenominated programs, and these programs are wonderful for students who know they want to study science or know they want to study engineering, but you don't necessarily know what area of science you like or what area of engineering you'd be really great at. So for the first year of each program, students get to test all the subjects and then specialize in one subject going forward. We have a Bachelor of Commerce with Global Experience, where you can take a second language and study abroad as part of this program, and another Bachelor of Science in Business Information Systems. So in terms of our postgraduate courses, our two most popular programs, and I can see from speaking to students from Mexico, these programs are becoming more and more popular in Mexico as well. So I would be delighted to see lots more Mexican and Latin American students on these programs for sure. So we have data analytics and artificial intelligence, and they're very competitive programs. So if you do want to do these, you need to get your application in early. We've got business analytics as well, and this is for the student who likes analytics but wants to put it in a business setting rather than towards the IT side. Biomedical engineering, and I will talk on biomedical and medtech shortly, but biomedical engineering, if you're interested, Galway is an excellent place to do this because of our ties to the medtech industry. We've got our international human rights program, which is you don't need to have a law background to do this law degree, so we call this a conversion program. You can have any background to do this. We've got Masters of Science in Sustainable Environments and the Master of Science in Global Environmental Economics. And we have 5 other sustainability masters, and these are programs as well that I know are very popular amongst Mexican students. So worth checking out on our website. So, employment after graduation, which is really important. As I mentioned, for postgraduate students, we have our 2-year stay back visa, but we have a 1-year one for our undergraduate students. So in terms of employability after work or after graduation, Galway is one of the world's leading global medtech hubs. There are 8 in the world. Galway is one of them. And it is a great place to do business or to be involved in the medtech sector or in IT. We have lots of multinational companies based in Galway or based in Ireland. So we've got Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google, SAP. There's so many, and I'll talk about a few more in a moment. We have one-to-one support and networking opportunities. So we have a career development center. So during your time with us, you can engage in CV workshops, interview skills labs, and network with employers. You can go to talks held by employers. And our career development center holds 2 recruitment fairs every year where companies come to the campus to hire new graduates. So many of our students will walk out with internship opportunities, interviews, or some even walk out with a job. I didn't mention, and I've just remembered, that lots of our programs have either a study abroad or an internship built into them as well. We have a 98% employment rate for recent graduates. And here are just some of the companies based in Galway. And we have lots of industry links as well. So lots of our programs will be developed with industry in mind or in consultation with industry leaders. So, you know, when you're coming to study here, you're at the forefront of learning for your discipline. And it will make you instantly more hireable. So we will have scholarships. So pleased to announce that we will have scholarships specifically for Latin American students. So they should be announced towards the end of this month or next month. So we had a generous pool of scholarships last year, and we are increasing on that this year. And you can see what we had last year for reference from our website. Okay, I hope I've convinced you. I think now you're ready to apply. So let me tell you how. Our applications are now open. It's €35 for your first application. So once you hit that apply, you will get a little code, and this will give you a discount so that your next application fee is waived. So you can make as many applications as you like. Only complete applications are reviewed. And if you apply, you need to make sure you have everything submitted. Generally, we look for 2 references, personal statement, your passport, or proof of ID, and transcripts from your high school or undergraduate university, and your English language certificate. With your transcripts and your English language, let's say you don't have them now, you won't get them for another couple of months, you can still make an application to study with us, and our program directors will assess your application. And if they think, okay, this person totally would be brilliant in my course, I just need to see their transcripts first, you get what's called a conditional offer, where you have secured your place on the course, provided you can provide us with the transcripts or English language certificate at a later date. The applications are judged on a rolling basis. And because they're open now, we are encouraging students to apply. We don't have a closing date on most courses. Some do, most don't. But this means that once a course is full, you're no longer able to apply, and your application is judged on your application alone. So it's once the program director sees it, takes time to review, you will get your answer back within 2 to 3 weeks. So their applications are judged on a rolling basis. Now, what do you need? So as well, you need your for your undergraduate program, you need to have your high school or a foundation provider needs to provide you with the certificate of completion, or you can have your A-levels or IB if you went to an international school. For postgraduate entry requirements, these as well are listed on the screen, and many courses have different academic requirements. So some might say you need to have a 2-2, you need to have a 2-1, you need to graduate with a 1-1. Okay, and this can all be found out in the key facts section of our program. So every program has its own page on the website, and the key facts will tell you how long the course is, what exactly you need to have, the minimum English language requirements, and the course fees are listed on that page too, if you hit the course fees button. Our English language requirements then, generally for almost all programs, bar a couple, we require an IELTS of 6.5 overall with no less than 5.5 in any one component. Some programs require a higher English language score, and you'll find that out again in the key facts section. We also accept TOEFL, PTE, and Duolingo. So we accept Duolingo this year, which is great. Now, if you meet the requirements for your program, except for your English language, and you think, oh gosh, I really want to go there, but I didn't get my IELTS, you can come through our English Language Centre, which is a dedicated language support centre for international students, and students who, even students who pass their IELTS would come through the English Language Centre in order to get that just really great foundation for during their course. We offer a 10-week or a 4-week pre-sessional course for master's students, and there's also in-sessional support. And you can find out all information about that on our website as well. So the last thing I want to tell you is to meet our students. So we have amazing student ambassadors, and they're really active on our Instagram channel. And in fact, today we were on campus recording with them, and it was lots of fun. So they provide testimonials, or a day in the life videos, or what to pack, what I do in a day, explore the Galway market with me, check out my accommodation. They write blogs and do TikTok videos and all sorts. So it's a really good way to imagine yourself in NUI Galway. So I'd encourage you to visit our Instagram page, or you can get in touch with me and I can put you in touch with somebody from your country as well. So my email address is on the screen, or we've got our website, our Facebook page, our Twitter, and we're also on Instagram as well, as NUI Galway International. And yeah, I'd be really happy to talk with you anytime that you would like, and help you with your application. So thank you. So Samantha, that's me.
Perfect. Yes. Thank you so much for the presentation, Katie. Now we want to make a section of questions and answers, so you can answer some questions that usually our students do to us, if it's okay with you.
Perfect.
Perfect. The first question, Katie, what are the benefits of a master's student in Ireland?
Okay, so some of the benefits. So you get a world-class education here. The fees, the cost of living is really good compared to Dublin or other capital cities in Europe. So it's student friendly. The cost of our education is good in comparison to other countries. We have lots of multinational companies based here, so our employment rate is excellent, and we have a great student life here. So there are 5 reasons. I could list about 20, but there are 5.
Perfect. What are the biggest industries attracting the most international talent in Ireland?
Sure. Okay, so we have medtech. Okay, medtech here is huge, but also engineering, IT, commerce. They're some of our skills our critical skills that we need here in this country.
Perfect. What is the cost of living in Galway?
So I think I said about like maybe just a little bit over €1,000 per month, taking into account everything from your rent to your laundry, to your food, to your recreation. So we tell students to budget from about €10,000 to €13,000 per year.
Per year, perfect. How far is Galway from Dublin?
2 hours. It's 2 hours by bus, or you can get to the airport in about 2.5 hours. So, and that's by bus. By train, it might be a tiny bit faster, but buses and trains run very regularly from Galway as well.
Perfect. Which companies are the most important in Galway?
Ooh, hard question because there's so many.
Yeah.
But we have the likes of SAP, Boston Scientific, Aerogen, Smart Bear, Oracle, Wayfair. So there's just 7 multinational companies, but honestly, there are lots. There's lots of national companies too. And one thing that I would say to students is, you know, Ireland has great industry here. We attract a lot of multinational companies, but you don't need to move away from Galway to begin and have an excellent career. You know, you can come to Galway and you can do your master's for a year, and then you can move to another country for a year, or you can move to another city, or you can come to Galway and you can start your career and you can actually kind of build a life here for 3 years. And then what happens with a lot of students is that they might get sponsored by their company and they can stay on a bit longer if they want to as well. So you can really make a life here. You know, you don't need to be thinking, where am I going to go next? If you don't want to.
Perfect. Which are the average salaries of a master graduate in Ireland?
I think it's 36,000 starting salary for a master's student from NUI Galway. So it's excellent.
Perfect. What is the weather like in Galway, Katie?
So it's mixed. I had one student today tell me it was so nice because it wasn't as cold as she thought it was going to be. And I had another student who said she's so surprised because the weather can change in an instant, and she's not wrong. So we say we can have 4 seasons in a day. Okay. It can be sunny blue skies, you can have rain, you can have snow, thunder, all in one day. So typically in the winter time, at the moment, the weather is stunning. It's really beautiful. It's 8 degrees. It's a bit cold, but it's sunny and it's not damp. It's not wet. So it's really nice. Kind of October to from the students' first few months in Ireland, it can be kind of windy, wet, rainy, not so nice. But then it comes into springtime and it's beautiful. So the students will get to experience, you know, a nice climate and an interesting climate all year round.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And what are the Irish people like, Katie? Which do you think is the image that the international students have of the Irish people?
Well, going back to my last answer, we like to talk about the weather. So that's one thing. It's a great conversation piece. What else? So a lot of international students have said to me, so it's lovely. People say that we're very friendly, and I hope that everybody would feel that. But some students have said, like, you know, they can walk down the street and people just say hi to them. And at first they thought it was weird, but then they kind of liked it. So, you know, you kind of get, it's friendly. It's friendly here.
Perfect. And what traditions do the Irish have, or what activities they have that the students can do while they are there?
Cool. That's a good question.
Mhm.
So we like to drink a lot of tea
Okay.
and sit around and chat. We are a nation of great talkers and storytellers. There's lots of nice, traditional Irish music. If the students like it, that they can go and watch. That's kind of on all the time in different like pubs or places around the city. But there's societies for everybody. So like there's a Harry Potter society, a chess society, a laughing society, ultimate frisbee, sports. So really there's everything.
Perfect. And now some questions about university. What educational approach does NYU Galway have, theoretical or practical?
So it's a bit of a mix. There's definitely a lot of theory there to, give you that excellent foundation, but a lot of the courses would have a practical element as well, either through lab work or, industry skills or employers coming and, lots of our business programs, for example, would have modules where companies would come in, they would present a problem and the students would work through the problem and present it to the company. And that's all real life. It's not made up, so the companies get real value from coming to the university and the students get very practical real life experience as well.
Perfect. How long are the programs in NYU, the bachelors and the masters?
So our bachelors are 4 years long and our masters are typically 9 months to 1 year.
For the bachelors, the Mexican students or the Latin American students need a foundation year?
Sometimes, depends on how they on what they graduated with.
Okay.
So some do and some don't, but that's listed on in our website, on our international student website, we have a page called Your Country, and from there you can navigate to our page dedicated to students from Mexico. So there you can see exactly everything that you need to be a student at NUI.
When is the start date for the programs or the masters and the bachelors?
So the masters typically start in the first week of September, first to second week. The undergraduate first years start maybe a week or two after that. The second, third, and fourth years would start then around the same time as the masters, but all have a start date of September, bar one course, which is our Analytics and Accounting Pathway B. And this is for students who are already accountants.
Okay.
And need to get that qualification. And that starts in January, but for everything else, it's September.
September. Okay. How far in advance do you have to apply for the programs in NYU?
So I would recommend, so our applications open in November, so they've already been open for almost 3 months. So I would encourage students to apply now. And one great thing about us working together, Samantha, is that Be International will help students with getting the application letter, and then I can help on my side too. We work together and get you that place secured. So submit your application, talk to Samantha, submit your application, and we'll see you in September.
Perfect. Are there internships for master programs, for bachelor programs?
Yeah, for lots of our programs, there'd be an internship built in. Or if there's not an internship, there's a summer school or a study abroad opportunity. So each course is different, but yeah, there's lots of opportunities in all of them.
Perfect. Do you have any agreements with companies to do the internships?
Yeah, we do. Deloitte are one of our, and KPMG are two main partners of ours in our College of Business, for example.
Perfect. For the record, again, what's the employability rate for NYU Galway graduates?
So we have 98% employability rate for recent graduates. So within 6 months, 98% of our graduates are employed or in further study.
What salaries does students expect to earn upon graduating for NYU? master's
Yeah,
degree?
so 36,000 starting salary. So like our programs, our master's programs range between 16,000 and 22,000. So it's an investment, but it's one that the students can, pay back.
Yes.
Like they can pay back in the 2 years that they're here, definitely. So, or maybe not definitely, it depends on how they like to live, but yeah, but it's definitely doable, especially because the students typically start on a higher salary.
Perfect. What are the requirements to apply for a master degree?
Yeah, so you need to have that the academic entry requirements. So that's typically like a 2-2 for us. And you can find out everything on our course pages. So you'd need your academic entry requirement, you'd need your English language certificate, which is usually 6.5 of 6.5 IELTS or 110 Duolingo. You need your transcripts, you need your references, like 2 references, a copy of your passport, and a personal statement letter. Forgot about that one. So that's good too.
Perfect. Katie, the Duolingo, you will still accepting the Duolingo for the next years or only for this?
I don't know. I can't confirm that. It's been extended throughout COVID, and this year. And just another point to mention actually is that our teaching has moved back predominantly on campus. So that's just something that the students can look forward to. And because we are moving back on campus, I don't know if Duolingo will still be accepted, but for now it is. So anybody who applies this year and until we announce that it's no longer accepted, you can take it then it is.
Perfect. Do you have student residences or accommodation options for international students?
Yeah, we do. And I would say apply early once you know you're coming. So 2 on-campus residences, 5 off-campus university affiliated residents, and then plenty of options in the private accommodation sector.
Perfect. How many students does university have? How many are international?
So I think we've just over 18,000 students, and 4,000 of those are international. Perfect. Each year.
That's a great number.
Yeah, it is a great number. It's really great. And we are increasing our international students each year, which is wonderful.
Do you have a population of students from Mexico and Latam in general right now?
We do. And this is another number that's growing, which is really lovely. So we've got students from all over Latin America and from Mexico, the Caribbean. So there's a lovely a lovely mix of students on campus. And we also have a number of academics as well, PhD students from Mexico too. And they would often, link in with me and help me. I often have students who would like to speak to somebody from their own country. So we have lots of students who can do that. Or if parents would like to speak to us, lots of these students that have helped me with translations. My Spanish is okay. I'm just a beginner. So so we've got students who'll speak to them as well, which is great.
Perfect, Katie. What place does NYU have within public universities about the ranking?
Oh yeah, perfect. So NUI Galway is one of Ireland's top 5 universities, and we are 258th in the world according to the QS rankings. Yeah. So it's pretty high.
Perfect. And the last one, why choose NYU Galway for a master or bachelor degree?
Okay, so if you're not already convinced, so we've got our wonderful student life, which we talked about. We have the employability rate of 98%, which is just fantastic. The cost of living in Galway, comparable to other university or to other cities, is really good, and our fees are excellent in comparison to some other universities as well. The standard of education, Samantha, though, that's why the students are coming to us, and that's what they want. They want the education. That's why they're coming. So the academics for sure, yeah. And you'll be in a city that's welcoming to international students, academics who are supportive of your journey, you know, with our support services in general. And you'll be most welcome. You'd be most welcome in NUI Galway.
Perfect, Katie. Thank you so much for your time. We love NUI Galway. We love our students have said to us that it's an excellent university, and we are very proud to represent NUI Galway here in Mexico and in LATAM. So thank you so much for your time, for the presentation, and we hope to see you very soon in Mexico.
Yeah, for sure. I'll see you when I'm there soon. So I hope to meet yourselves and some of your students as well.
Perfect, Katie. Have a nice day.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Chicos, muchísimas gracias por haberse conectado hoy a nuestro IG Live con NUI Galway. Esperemos que toda la información que pues dijimos hoy en este live les interese mucho y puedan saber un poquito más acerca de NUI Galway y pues decidirse por esta gran universidad que tenemos pues en Irlanda. Cualquier duda que tengan, no duden en escribirnos, llamarnos, mandarnos mails. Saben que aquí podemos apoyarlos en todo el proceso para que ustedes se puedan ir totalmente a Irlanda, ya sea este año o el siguiente, sin ningún problema. Entonces, este live se va a quedar guardado ahorita en nuestra página de Instagram para que ustedes lo puedan ver cuantas veces necesiten. Quedamos a sus órdenes y estamos en contacto, chicos. Hasta luego. Chao, chao.